Howdy, gamers, and welcome to another episode of Checkpoint Reach, where I am your host, Lex, and I'm also joined by my co host, Ernie,
Hello, hello.
where we will be chatting video games weekly. Thank you all so much for joining us. We're glad to have you back for our fourth installment of this, of our beautiful channel here. Ernie, how's it going?
I'm doing great, dude. I'm doing well. I'm a little young, spry man today. I
Oh,
feel I feel I feel good. I was like
what did you do different?
I don't I tell the people.
Tell
I
the
know
people.
I didn't do anything. I was like I was my day off, so I was productive. I was just cleaning
Hmm.
and I was doing the laundry. But there was like a moment where I was like, because I went to my grandma's house and I took the kid over and they were playing. And dude, I took like a 5 minute nap where I was like, just passed out. And I think that just like rejuvenated me in my life. You know what I mean? And I think that I needed that. But now
Hmm.
I'm here. I'm
Just like the
excited. How
rain,
are
just
you?
like the rain, you needed that.
Oh,
Uh,
that's right. We needed that. Go
Dude,
ahead.
honestly, and it's funny you
How are
say
you?
that. Well,
Tell
I
me.
had kind of a longer day. A lot of driving, but uh yeah, I actually got home and took a little nap myself, and it was just a couple minutes. And dude, I used
Hmm.
to do it a lot more. Like
Tell the people
it's
how
been a
you how
it's
was.
and it's been a few months since I've done it, and I do it. It just gives me that little boost, and like you, like it just feels great because I sometimes I get Ernie texting me at like 3 a.m. saying I'm all dude, I'm almost done with The Witcher, and I'm like, oh cool man, and then not just kidding.
You know what, dude? It was like 2 in the morning. I think
Yeah, I
it did
forget.
happen.
And
It was
then
a
I'll text
Snapchat.
you,
It was a Snapchat. It
and
was
then
a
I'll
Snap.
text you at like 5 a.m. and be like, "Cool, man," because I get up at that time,
Oh,
or like
oh,
5:30 or whatever. But
yeah,
anyway,
yeah.
we'll talk about that
One
later.
time, one time. This is random.
Yeah.
Obviously, we talk a lot, but there was one time I was sleeping, and for what I usually put do not disturb, but
Mhm.
for whatever reason, it was like Lex, please disturb. Functionality was going on. Like it was like 6 in the morning, bro, and you were just like, just and I was just like,
I was responding, bro. I was responding.
I
I
don't
will
know what
not
it
be
was.
silenced, my friend. It always says
I
I'm on
know.
Do Not Disturb. Um,
Uh,
yeah, it's funny. I always tell you. I always say sometimes when you text me after 10 p.m., I go, "What are the rules?" And then like, and then if you text me by like 7, I'm on no text messages before 8 and no text messages after 10. But I
after
joke, I
10.
joke, I don't care. I
I
don't put my
know.
phone on Do Not Disturb for some reason, but like
Really? Like at all?
it doesn't usually disturb me. No, because what if you call me, dude, and you have an important
I
question?
need you, huh, for something.
You said, "Let
Well,
me try." I want you. You said, "What's the recipe for a Salisbury steak?"
what do I do about my dogs? It smells like fish. I'm just
Oh
kidding.
yes, that was nasty. That was nasty.
No. So I put do not disturb, but there's
Hmm.
certain people that I put on my do not disturb because you could put like people who call you, and so I'll
Hmm.
put like my mother-in-law, my wife, and like my sister-in-laws. I'll put them on there because like if they need me to call me at that particular time, it's probably something. I used to have my mom,
Yeah.
and other than that, like I don't, it was just like I would fall asleep
What about your
because if
host-in-law,
not,
your co-host-in-law, me? Just
I
kidding.
know. Yeah. Yeah. Or Lex Buns Express. Cause I don't know if he
Mm.
needs me. Sometimes he'll be like, Ernie, what did you do to upgrade an Eliza P? Did you upgrade this? And I'm like,
I see. You know,
you
sometimes I
see?
do. Sometimes I do. Um, Actually, you did hit me about some news, but before we get into that news, I just want to say what we plan on doing each week. Just to recap, each week we're going to be talking about a gaming topic with some occasional news stories, some random movie and TV quotes, and just some random life rants like you just heard now. So speaking of which, of what something that Ernie texted me in the middle of the night, Watto is dead. The beloved Watto from Star Wars Episode 1 and 2. I don't think he showed up in 3, right? Um, Star Wars,
No, I
the
don't think
prequels,
so.
Revenge of the I'm sorry, Attack of the
Oh,
Clones
actually,
and
no, wait.
Phantom Menace.
Episode 3? Yeah, no, he didn't. Oh, well,
No, he no, just in 2 because he comes back to find
yeah.
Shimmy.
Yeah,
Um,
he's all your mother, Annie. I
so yeah,
sold her.
if you are unaware, there's a comic book where Vader came back to kill Watto, um, basically, and you know Watto's not a good guy. He had these child slaves. He sold Anakin's mother to the Tusken Raiders. He put
Wait,
them in
whoa.
podcast, and then what? Go ahead.
No,
Podcast pod race.
podcast, pod racing. No, wait, I want to say
What's
this.
worse?
Well, I don't know. You tell me, dude. All right, he got
Go.
him slaves, but didn't the ungrateful Anakin? He gave him a home. I'm just kidding. A
and
job. I'm just
and
kidding.
the reason we're bringing this
I
up because
saw
you know
that. Yeah.
we are big fans of Star Wars and like just all the the stuff that's coming from it. People are making these memes and just talking about it. They're like, "What do you mean? What the slaver, the child slaver?" And then like people are like, and like there's a guy specifically. He talks about all the bad things he does, but he's all, but let's not forget he had a cool little hat, didn't fall for Jedi mind tricks, and then and he says made his little wings pass to the two suns, and it's great. It's just good stuff. It's fun to look.
The
We're Star Wars fans, so
There was one that got me. I briefly have to mention this one.
please.
He's like, I know he wouldn't want me to say this, or but I can't let this not be said. He's all Watto paid for my college.
It's
And
so
then,
it's so good.
sorry, then there's another one. Sorry, the last one. This one was really good, Lex. I know you saw it. They do a vigil outside the shop, and it's like people are out here already putting flowers.
Oh.
Oh god.
Oh, it's good stuff. It's
Oh my
we need
gosh.
laughter these days. You know what I mean? We just do. And it's just something to bring up because it's just a funny
Mm.
character in that obviously it's not the best depiction of characters. It's kind of like seems like a stereotype. You know what I mean on some, but like
That's what I've heard. Yeah,
yeah.
I
But
don't. Yeah.
no matter how you feel, it's just kind of a good laugh to just see people what they say. But anyway, let's get into the real gaming news here. Like I said, first of all, before we get into our topic, we're just going to talk about the Xbox Developer Direct that occurred not too long ago, where they just basically just kind of gave us a better look at some of the games that they're coming out. We were already aware of the new Doom game, The Dark Ages, which is launching May 15th. Like I had mentioned, I had played Doom Eternal a little bit, but this one is going back into like a medieval inspired setting. That's pretty cool. I mean, I've never, like I said, I haven't played the Doom series as often, but I would be kind of curious to pick this up after playing Doom Eternal. What are your thoughts on like just seeing the gameplay and just looking at it? It's gonna come out, and it's funny because it's gonna come out not funny, but it's coming out on PlayStation 5 as well, which is something we kind of haven't seen yet, right? As far as day ones go, as far as Xbox games, I think, right? Has there been a game yet?
What do you mean? That's come out from these new
That's
ones?
that's like an Xbox Microsoft specific game, and then like it's coming out PlayStation 5 day one, you know what I mean, as it launches as well.
No. I mean, the only other game that was like,
Unless it's not, I don't know,
well,
but
I know. I mean, I think they are. They all are, right?
hmm
Not that they're Xbox owned. I guess. Yeah, I think this is like definitely coming to PS5, right?
hmm
Which is, yeah, you're right. It's so crazy. I think this might be the first one. Because I mean,
yeah.
the technically, the
hmm
one that would have come out was going to be Indiana Jones, but they were like, "Oh, let's push it a year or
That's
whatever the
right.
heck,"
Yeah.
which is silly, but
I mean,
yeah,
it's for the console wars, I guess. But again, it
yeah.
doesn't seem like that stuff is happening as much. But it looks fun. I don't think I'm gonna play it day one. I mean, if it's gonna be on Game Pass, I will definitely try it after I beat Doom Eternal. But yeah, I think that's the official date, May 15th. They haven't had said anything about it yet. So it looks good. It looks like a good time. What are you looking up there? There's a guy. I just saw that picture of that dude. It's like funny. But I
Which
am
dude?
excited that's going in like the medieval inspired. I mean, I always like that setting for games. I don't know what it is. I've always had fun with it. Um, I always wanted Naughty Dog to make kind of a medieval inspired kind of game. I don't know why. I don't know what your thoughts on that is. Didn't or isn't there a game called Medieval from the Naughty Dog? That's not Naughty Dog though, right?
That's not Naughty Dog. It's the
It was
one
like
with
an
the skeleton,
old
right?
series, right? Yeah, it was like an old series.
Yeah, I don't think it's Naughty Dog. That's someone else. I forget
Okay, I
exactly
don't know
who
why
it
I was
is.
thinking of I don't know why I was thinking
No, you're
about them.
fine. What guy did you see? You said?
Oh, that guy right there on the
Oh,
left.
this dude. Oh no,
Yeah.
this is like, so this will, like, like right now, like in the background. You guys don't know this because we're not doing it yet, but
Oh,
we're
I
gonna
thought
show the trailer
they
when we're
saw it.
talking about the game. And like when you're on YouTube, there's like these things that says short remix videos, and it's like this one random dude, and he's got like a beard, and I'm assuming he's like really excited for the game.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm sure because it has its fan base. Um, so yeah, that's one of the games. Another game that's coming out that looks quite interesting that I'm intrigued. I know a lot of people are kind of talking crap about it. I mean, like most games, right? South of Midnight, launching April 8th of this year. This one is not coming to PlayStation 5, but it is coming to PC, Xbox, Steam, Cloud, play with Game Pass. Or if you want to pay an extra $20, you can play it 5 days early. That's our favorite word when it comes to buying new
It's so
games.
ridiculous.
Yeah, but this game looks cool, man. It's like a it's just like kind of looks like it's a southern gothic folklore kind of game, and it just like something about the graphics of the game, right? Looks so cool, and like just this art style.
That like stop motion
Yeah,
kind
and
of going on.
I'm
Yeah,
really and I
yeah.
It reminds me of a game I tried to play that was stop motion that I didn't really like. It was called, like, Harry the Halibut. I heard it was good, but, I mean yeah,
Yeah.
but South of Midnight looks fun, man. I'm excited to play it. I know people were talking bad about it, but like I said,
Mhm.
people like to talk bad.
No, I
But
mean, that's the thing. I think people are just judging things harshly before they even play them. I'm not sure if this game has any sort of like bad connotation, like where it's like, oh, you know how like everyone's like, oh, it's woke or whatever. There's a
mhm,
black female protagonist. I don't know if that's anything. I really don't. We're not looking into that. I just want to see if the gameplay looks cool and the story looks cool. And
mhm.
so far from the direct, it looks awesome. Like I remember watching this gameplay and I was like, dude, this looks like Dark Souls in Florida. Or I mean, sorry, Florida. And where's this? New
The
Orleans, right?
it looks like the Bayou, yeah, it looks like a
The
little more
Bayou,
New
right?
Orleans style, yeah.
Nolans, or as they say,
Nolans.
Nolans. But dude, it looks really pretty. It looks cool. I like what they're trying to do with the lore based on that particular area that they're doing. I
No, and
know the
that's always
gameplay's
like a
on the.
sorry, that's always a setting I like to be explored as well, like the medieval and then also something like this, like, it kinda reminds me of,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
the
Mafia
Hans
3.
that and then, like, there's also, like, the Hanzo and Gretel, like, dark take stuff, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely.
Like
I
those
agree.
kind of
Yeah.
worlds that you see. Remember
Yeah.
the highly successful Hansel and Gretel movie starring Jeremy Renner.
No, yeah, that's a good
You
one.
know
That's a
that?
good one. I like that
That's funny.
one. I remember that.
Um,
Dang, that's a throwback.
that's a
Throwback.
callback. That's a callback right there. I just
It
came to
is
my
a
head.
callback.
I was like for a second, I'm like, is that Jeremy Renner?
Yeah, Jeremy Renner. I saw, recently talking about Jeremy Renner, but I saw that because he had a really bad accident where he got really hurt. He almost died.
No, that was a
And
while
it's
ago.
like, and
Yeah,
it came out on my Snapchat. It's like things that, how he's working out now after the accident or whatever. And I'm like, oh,
dude, going on that
interesting.
Snapchat Discover page is like so dumb. It's so terrible.
But
It's
sometimes it's really, yeah. Sometimes look at that.
that's pretty funny. But yeah, look at if you've seen the gameplay now, if you're watching the footage, it's just a good time. I'm excited for
Supposedly,
it.
now my friend Lex. Now I don't know if you were aware of this. I had heard this somewhere. I don't know if I have not verified this, but apparently that stop animation kind of like style of the game that you see, you could turn it off and it'll just run smoothly without that sort of
Oh,
kind of thing, which
because
is
I
kind
wonder
of
if it
like
has.
defeats the purpose, right?
I mean, but then you got to think about that could possibly give people maybe like who have epilepsy, maybe can it can affect them. You never know. Like
Oh, that
you know what
makes
I'm
a lot of
saying.
sense. I totally
So I
forgot
think
about
yeah,
that.
that's
Yeah.
definitely something. So I mean, I
Yeah,
could see that.
because I know Xbox is a big advocate of like accessibility with like their controllers or things that they do to their games or and stuff like that, which is really cool.
Yeah, it's
Y-
funny you mentioned that because I saw
Good.
someone post something about Doom and like something about like something they can change on the settings. Someone's like Doom the woke ages, and I'm like it had nothing to do. I don't know. People's when they throw
Wait,
woke,
well,
it's
what?
just like
I know what was the setting. I saw that
it
too.
wasn't even it was
Would
something dumb, and
you?
I'm like what is the purpose? I don't know. People just like to throw that word around like it's like
Oh,
nothing
okay,
now.
yeah, because I
It's
was
like
like,
came into the lexicon. Like
I
I'm like
had
oh my
seen
goodness.
something like that, and
Mhm.
I wasn't. I remember seeing it, and I was like, "What the heck are they even? What are they talking about?" Like,
I
but
think now it's just a word for people like if you don't like something, it's woke. It's like and like if I eat
lame.
some food and I don't like it, this food is woke. Just kidding.
He's like, man, this Salisbury steak is kind of woke. Well,
That's not a
you like that? That's
throwback.
what you had. You know
Uh,
what, Lex, my
callback.
friend.
Hmm.
Yeah, it is a callback. I didn't know that you were going through these games pretty quickly as you were talking about them on the direct. I didn't get to show the Dark to Doom the Dark Ages.
I kind of noticed nothing was playing, and I was
Yeah, and
like,
I was like,
kind of.
I'm like, why is he going so fast with it? Because
I thought
I
you were
didn't
gonna
really get
start
to
as soon as I started
I didn't
talking about
I
it.
didn't even get to
Honestly,
say anything. That's what I was like. Oh, I want to go back. So we're gonna go back a little bit, just
let's
a
go back.
tad,
Let's
my
go back.
friend, if I may, please, because I
I
want to get
set you
into
up,
this
man.
game.
You gotta get in there.
Yeah, that was on me. That was on me.
No, no, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I will agree. That was
Hey,
on me.
sometimes I like to take
So
control, dude. Go
that's all right. You're a controller. You're a controller. You're the dominant, and some
not
say
a
I'm the
switcher.
submissive.
But go.
You're not the switcher. Hold
Go.
on one sec.
Oh,
I
look
took a
at him.
little
He just
chug of
got his
this
coffee.
little drink I have, but dude, this game, my friend, I knew this game was gonna be awesome.
Hmm.
I was excited already, like based on what I had seen, just like little pictures here and there. This freaking developer direct that they did with Doom: The Dark Ages was so freaking cool. The
Hmm.
things that they tell you, they're like, "Oh, you got a shield, right?" And this is so different from the other games. I think they were talking about Doom 2016,
Yeah.
and
I
they were
mean,
saying
also, remind
how
me. Sorry, before you get into that,
good.
did you play? 2016, and I don't think you played Eternal, but did you play Doom 2016?
I did, yeah, I beat that, dude.
Okay,
It was a
okay,
great game. Dude,
gotcha.
Doom
Okay.
Eternal is one of the ones I definitely want to get into. And I was actually, this is funny. Well, we didn't even talk about what games we're playing, but we'll probably do it later.
No, we are.
Okay, but yeah,
Hold
so
on.
you're right. You're fine. Just remind me about Doom. So, yeah, so I was looking at the developer, and he's talking about how each individual Doom, starting from 2016, had a different style of gameplay. Not like they're not run and gun and fast paced, but one of
Mhm.
them is about moving fast. The other one is about traversing, basically moving quickly, but with the rope or whatever that extension of itself. I haven't played Eternal, and
Mhm.
this one is going to be more like you're staying your ground and you're fighting these creatures
Oh,
and like
that's cool.
this. Yeah, and I was like, dude, that sounds so freaking cool. And I mean, it's not in this trailer, but you get to like, oh, I don't know. I really didn't pay attention to the trailer because I was watching
I
the
I was watching
direct.
a little bit, yeah. No,
So,
I could
but
see that, what you're talking about.
yeah, because like if you're built more like a tank, is what they were saying. And
Built different.
you can take over a mech at some point in the game, and I was like, dude, that looks so freaking cool. Like they're really going. That's the thing about I think with Bethesda, right? With these games is like they know what they are, and they just go wholeheartedly on that particular style of whatever this game is gonna
Which
be.
is great. It was what we need. And
Exactly.
yeah,
Like
the sorry, good.
no, 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 good.
Oh, the reason I was asking if you had played the game because I was gonna say if you haven't, like, how does it look to someone who hasn't played the games? But like originally when I saw this game before I started Eternal, I was like, "Oh, this looks pretty awesome." And I hadn't played the game since the originals in the 90s or whatever, the 91 that came out.
Wait. So you
Um,
never played 16?
no, I haven't.
Oh
Mm-mm.
shoot, that's crazy. Okay.
Yeah, so I totally forgot that 2016 even came out. But yeah, they just weren't on my radar. So playing it made me like appreciate it more, like seeing this trailer. But even seeing the one before this, I was like, oh, that looks awesome. Like I haven't ever played the Doom games, and that's what kind of inspired me and my doll to play Eternal, but or action figure. I'm sorry,
No, no, the action figure. Yeah, dude. I mean, like
looks great.
it does look great. I'm excited. I'm definitely excited. This is definitely one of the ones that I'm gonna play on Game Pass once it comes out on our Game Pass, I should say.
Shh, don't talk about it. Don't talk about it
I know
because
we don't talk about it.
you'll be
I
able to
don't want
watch
Larry Herb to come after me. Actually, Larry Herb doesn't work
Larry Herb.
at freaking Xbox anymore, but I think AC Bongolo still does.
Oh,
Throwback names. If you guys know who these people are,
AC Bongolo.
industry insiders. I
That's
seen that guy live one day. All right,
that's
but
too good.
let's get
Let's
into
move on.
the next game, my
Yeah, let's
friend.
move on to the last ones that's worth noting here for us at least. Ninja Gaiden,
Gaiden.
How do you say Gaiden? 4 is launching fall 2025 with Ninja Gaiden 2 Black being available today. I have never played these games. Um, Ernie, have you?
I have. I played all of them.
Can you talk a little bit about them and what your experience with them?
Yeah, definitely. So, these games are more hack and slash. They do tend to get difficult in some certain points of the game. I haven't played them in quite some time. I played them, man, when it was like on the 360 or something like that. It's been a while since I played a Ninja Gaiden game. Needless to say, though, seeing what I'm seeing here on Ninja Gaiden 4, dude, this game looks awesome, dude. I'm so excited. I don't get me wrong, like, and I'm gonna say this because I need to. I love
Mhm.
Dark Souls. I've beaten most of them, and there's something special about hack and slash, and it's near and dear to my heart. I love Devil May Cry in those games, and I think
Mhm.
Ninja Gaiden is one of the ones. If you're a big fan of like those hack and slash games, like Nier Automata, Bayonetta, Devil May Cry, this is right up your alley. You should definitely check this out. Story's a little funny, you know. I don't recall it all that well, but I remember it being like pretty like it's silly, and
Mhm.
you get some like pretty over the topness in your games. And I mean, as you can see in the background of the game, the gameplay is just like really just
Bonkers, just crazy.
crazy, bro. It's wild. Yeah, and you know, I'm glad that you said, well, I'm not glad, but because I definitely think you should try these games. But I was gonna say, as a person who hasn't played these games, how does this look to you? Do you feel like it's too bananas? Is it you know what I mean?
So
What's up?
I'm not like a super fan of this kind of genre of games, but it's not something I would put past trying. You know what I mean? Like, are you gonna try the Ninja Gaiden 2 Black that's available now? That you can play. Are you gonna give that a try? Are you gonna
I
at one point?
I
I know
definitely
some.
want to, yeah, because I know
Uh,
that so they remade the first one. and
Mhm.
then now they've re-enhanced the second one.
So do
I
you
kind of want to
recommend I
go.
try it, or you think it's gonna be too far gone and just wait for the 4th? Because it's probably gonna be a little older control. I
Well,
mean, unless they redid it.
I mean, I think you should definitely give them a try just to see what you
Mhm.
think of them, because they were great games, especially when I played them when I was younger. But the thing is about Ninja Gaiden 4 is you're getting a new protagonist, so it's you're starting from anew. You don't
Mhm.
really know, you don't really need to know the other games from what I've gathered. I know Ryu's here, which is the character you're seeing in the background right there.
Mhm.
And he is like the main character in the other games, but this is the main protagonist now moving forward. I forget his name out of the top of my head. But they
Mhm.
basically set this Ninja Gaiden 4 up for a person like you who hasn't played any of the other ones to go
Gotcha.
into this one and kind of like get your foot in the door. But I don't know.
Yeah,
I would give them a try. I feel like the only issues that I would think you would have, and I don't know if like the remakes fixed them, is like the camera.
Mhm.
But
Oh, I
other
see.
than that, like I mean, like I said, the story's a little funky. It's not like anything like you're not gonna win awards
I'm not gonna be
from.
like, "I need to play the first 3 to get this."
I don't think so. That's
No,
yeah, like
no.
that's the thing. I don't think so.
Yeah, I mean, like, again, like you said, I mean, I think it looks great being someone who hasn't played these games. I mean, but again, they're not typically my type of game, but, I'd be willing to give it a try, especially if it's on, Game Pass. Why not? Why not
Yeah,
throw it in
I
there?
think that's the
Incentive
beauty
a
of it.
little
I
bit, right?
know.
Mhm.
I say that again.
Oh, no, go ahead. No, that's your fun.
I think that's the beauty of like Xbox Game Pass. It's like they have such a great catalog of games. I think it's much better than PlayStation Plus in my opinion. But the problem,
It's actually been coming up. PlayStation Plus has been coming up a lot, but, I
yeah,
mean,
but
I'm
it
not on
like
it, but
that's the thing. Is
it's
like
way more expensive too.
it is, but like you gotta think about it, friend. Like you've gotten Indiana Jones or Day One, you've
Mhm.
gotten Ninja Gaiden
No, yeah,
2,
exactly.
you
No,
know
no,
what I mean?
no, no,
Like
no, not fine. You
PlayStation Plus Premium or accelerometer version or whatever the high priced one is. Like
yeah.
you're not getting that. You know what I mean? And that's not a problem. I get it. Like developers need to make money, but like that's what it always trips me out with like Xbox is like these games come out on this streaming service, which is a subscription, so they're not making a lot of money when it's released. I mean, that's a topic for another discussion, but
Yeah.
or yeah, but it's just yeah, it's interesting, bro. But I mean, it's look available PS5 right now, dude.
There
That's
you
how they
go.
make
See
their
it,
money, selling software other places, not just Game Pass.
So yeah, those are the games that we typically just wanted to talk about on this. I know there was a few extra ones. It wasn't like too crazy, but those were worth noting for us, like I mentioned. So let's go ahead and continue on here. We're gonna get into the topic, but first, before we get into our topic, I want to ask you, what games are you playing right now or finished? And that's a setup. That's a
I was
setup.
gonna, you know, that's great. You know, right now I was trying to figure out the song for The Witcher 3, and I
Mhm.
started singing Kratos.
You know, it's funny. We always do that. There was a
Why
game
do
I
we
was
do
doing
that?
that too, right? I forgot what I was
I
doing
forgot
it
what it was, but
for,
you kept doing
but
it,
I
and I'm
kept like,
like,
I'm
it's not even the game we're playing.
like,
It was
I don't know.
like,
It just went
it was
so
like
well.
something completely different.
It
But
was a sweet
I
game.
think it, I want
Or
to say it
I think the other one we
might have
do
been
is
Horizon.
sorry, I think the other one we always do is
Oh yeah,
the
the
Uncharted
Uncharted.
one.
Oh, yeah, the Uncharted.
Anyway, sorry, go ahead,
Uh, yeah.
please.
So
You have the floor.
I think I started last time. I think you should,
Oh,
right?
it doesn't matter. We have fun, but I want to hear about you. I know
Oh,
I'm
you want to
all
hear
over the
about
place.
me? Huh?
I know
You're
you're
all
a little bit
ears.
more. Yes, I'm all ears.
Okay, so last night, my
Mhm.
friend, I've been grinding hard The
Yes, he
Witcher
has.
3, and I it's one of the games that I've talked about many times, and I don't mind talking about it. I've told Lex this story many times, and I'm gonna say it one more time. I've bought this game like 4 or 5 times just so I can play it and beat it, and I am happy to say that I finally beaten it. It's
It's
taken
been
me
how
about
long?
30. Say that again.
Sorry, I'm sorry. How long has it been years wise since you've like first bought the game?
Did probably since it's come out. So
Okay.
like, what I don't know if you can look that up. Look that up for me, but I'm a oh, whoa.
Sorry, I just grabbed something.
I,
I moved
no,
so
so
fast. I was like,
yeah, so whenever that game came out, I bought it,
May
and
18th,
I
2015.
so since then, and it's been trickling in where it's like I've bought it at different times in that
Mhm.
period of time.
10 years.
And
Almost
yeah,
10
so
years.
it's taken me a very long time. That happened with me with Batman Origins, but yeah, it took me like 32 plus hours or something like that to beat the game.
Mhm.
I think I finished at level 37 or something like that. I could have done more, but I really wanted to focus on the main quest because I was just so intrigued by what was going on. And it kind of boils down back to like that discussion we've had about Red Dead Redemption 2. It's like this is the way I wanted to enjoy my game, but don't get me wrong, I could have stayed longer and
Mhm.
done these side missions and had a great time. And I did do a few of them, but I was like, dude, I need to focus on this main story. Like, I want to finish this. I want to know what's going on. Like, it's just really well done. The dialogue just hit so perfectly. I haven't played a game that well written that I could think of in quite some time where I was just like so intrigued and like these characters all have like they're all worth listening to or reading. Like for me, I am like Lex and I have the same sort of game style. I guess gameplay style is
Mhm.
rather than wait for a character to read their dialogue, we just read it with
Mhm.
subtitles quicker because we just
Wanna get
do
through the
that. I
game
don't
a
know.
little quicker, yeah.
And so we do that, and it just like that's why I
For
said it's
some.
well
Mhm.
written. It's like a book, right? And so
Mhm.
yeah, so I did that for the most part, but sometimes I would just like let it ride, bro. And I was like, man, this is so good. Like the voices are really great. Um, but yeah, dude, finally beat it. Great game. Really excited
Congratulations.
to.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much, dude. This is the game I'm excited for you to get into, and I'm hoping one of
Mhm.
these days you're able to hop on that Witcher 3 trend because I
Hop
think
on
you're
that.
gonna
Mhm.
definitely love it a lot, especially because you talked about the medieval thing that you've been like kind of wanting, and this is up that alley.
No, I mean, I like I said, I've given it a go, and I've really enjoyed it. I just wasn't the right time, and maybe it's like you, it's gonna take me another 10 years. No, I'm kidding. No, I hope not,
Jeez.
but, because I
Yeah,
didn't get it. I didn't start it when it first came out. I didn't even know about that game for a long time,
yeah,
uh,
but
but
yeah,
it just never hit my
the,
radar. Sorry, good.
the crazy thing is like it's because I've come up of such a it sounds like it's funny like such a high, right? It's like with Death Stranding. I really love that game. We beat it in like whatever 30 hours or whatever we did. I forget what it was. But like beating that game, I was like done and I'm like, man, I can't stop thinking about it. But I'm not gonna go back and continue to play it. I could do the DLC and stuff, but I'm like, no, I don't want to do that. Like I just like I want to move on to the next game to finish something else in the backlog.
Yeah.
And that's where I'm right now, struggling trying to figure out what the next game is.
Yeah,
And
it's
that's why I
hard to do
told you to
that.
bring back Doom, right? Well, I told you to bring back Doom in the conversation. Thank you for doing that. Uh Doom Eternal, I think, is the one that I might end up playing next because I don't think it's really dialogue heavy and or like you really need
No,
to
it's
pay attention.
fast. You don't really have to, yeah, it's just a quick
Yes.
play, and it's pretty generous, I think, as
So
far as
I'm
save stuff, so
yeah, so I'm hoping to while I'm playing that, I think that's the one I'm going to play next just to get ready for the next one. And I'm hoping to do that and have my like an audiobook going in the background or like something in the movie, something that like not a movie, sorry, something like something that's like I don't know, kind of keeping me like entertained at the same time while entertained.
yeah, something that
Uh,
you've seen, I mean, like Simpsons or something like that, you could put
yeah,
on the
something like
background. Yeah,
that.
something
I've
you're
always just been like that.
yeah, that you don't have to
But
pay attention to. Yeah, nice.
mhm.
Well, good for you, man. Hope you find a game. I mean, I know you said Doom, but hopefully you pick up something else as well.
Yeah, man. What about you? What have you been playing today or
So
this
I
week?
again, I mean, I'll just reiterate, I been on Liza P. Um, I had to take a little break because I was stuck on a boss, but I finally got past it, and I've been going through. But now on another boss, who's a two-phase boss. It's one where I don't know if you remember, it's like a little city, and it's like this big looking creature, and then like once you beat it, it opens up, and like a little lady comes out of it, or a little person comes out of it, and it's like I don't even know how to describe it.
Is
It's
he is
definitely
he
doesn't look like
is
a
he
puppet.
like
It looks
white with
like an
long
actual
hair?
creature, huh?
Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. You're like a junkyard, right?
No, it's like after in a little castle area.
Oh man, you don't know what it's called, huh?
No, I can't remember, but I mean, I can look it up in a bit. But anyway, I'm there. So I only fought it like twice. So I'm not to say that I'm like I need a break. It's not necessarily, but I
Do you know what
have, and
level you are in that game at all, or
like, what do you mean?
like what level are you in Liza P? Like your character?
Oh, I can't remember what I'm at, honestly. But,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I mean, I got out of the factory. It's after the factory, the Vineni or whatever his name is. And you go into a
Vincenzo's.
little town where all the puppets are all dead and laying down, and you go
Yeah.
into like a cathedral. But anyway, I'm having a good time playing it. There's a lot of stuff that's still throwing at me as far as like items. So I have that going, and also I have GTA 5. I just started up because I don't know. I've been wanting to get into GTA 5, and I started to save a refile. Oh, I'm sorry. How do you say this? I restarted it on my PlayStation a while ago, and I just never got to playing it. But now that I have my, the Asus, I'm like, I'm gonna play it on this, and it's been playing great. I'm having a great time with it. Very dialogue heavy. I talk about how we like to have something in the background. That game is really hard to have because there's constantly conversations. Um, so having a blast with that. I know you said you kind of wanted to get into that as well, so hopefully you do. But this last one I wanted to throw in because this is gonna be a real hit with everyone here. I gave in to some Skull and Bones here. Now I did talk about how I bought that game a while ago, and I know we talked about how it was kind of a flop and still is. So I so my journey with Game of Thrones, Skull and Bones, is I played the betas at least 3 times, the open betas that they had. I did not know that these betas were gonna transfer into my actual save. So now that I'm playing the game, it has those saves, and I'm like, okay, I'm at a point. I'm like, well, I don't really remember what to do. It's been so long. It's been over a year. I'm like, I want to restart because I wasn't that far anyway. But you can't restart, dude. You cannot restart. It won't let you. I looked it up. Reddit says so, and like the only way to do it is like create a new profile, but you'd have to like a new Ubisoft profile and like buy the game again. And Ernie, that really upset me to my core, and I think it did
No,
for
I
you too.
bet I would have been pissed too. Yeah, I know you did.
But so I stopped playing it, and then after, like, a day or 2, I went back and I started playing it a little bit, and I was getting it a little bit, and I'm enjoying it. It's not the best game. I thought it was fun because I dressed myself up. I got a little eye patch now and a little hat. Finally got some shoes for my character because he didn't have shoes.
I thought you were
But,
talking about
like
yourself.
yeah, no,
I was like,
yeah,
dang,
that's how
dude. Wow,
yeah,
he's
I'm gonna have to
really into
stream
it.
like a pirate, but
Yeah.
so, yeah, I've been playing it a little bit. It's nothing special, but I mean, it's a game that I just been wanting. I wanted to play, and I know it didn't do the best, but I just been wanting to. And I will say one last thing about it. I was doing this mission, and like as you're leaving this mission, you have to destroy these like 2 patrol ships, because you're stealing something from someone. And I'm like, I'm fighting these ships, and by the time I've done like 5 ships that I've blown up, and I'm like, okay, like my objective is not like saying that I killed the 2 ships that I need to choose. And finally, I look again, and I had to go a little further, and the 2 ships are there that I have to fight. I'm like, why didn't it say like why didn't it show me like I don't know. Just the way it showed you was kind of frustrating. I'm like, are you serious? Like I just wasted my time with these other
Yeah.
ships thinking those were it. And it's just
Dude,
it's got a
that's
lot of
annoying.
flaws. It's got some
Yeah.
flaws. I mean, I'm giving it a chance. Give it a chance. Um, but yeah, man, it's hard. I mean, I I know
Yeah.
you're telling me like, why did you get that game? Ah.
Well, I did because I like a part of me like sort of knows that it's gonna be this not like just a disappointment, right? So it's
Mhm.
like why disappoint yourself more every time? Like it's like
I
because you're
know.
gonna get to this is what's gonna happen. You're gonna get to the point where it's like yeah you bought this game you spent your money I get it. You're gonna play the game and then you're gonna start looking for the upside. Oh well, now you could dress up like a pirate, and it's like, but the game is still ass. You
Yeah, I
get what I
mean,
mean? It's because you spent that money. Because I know, because I've done that. Like I've spent
no,
money
I
on something,
know.
and I'm like, this game is ass, but it's like, oh, like you can do this now, and it's like, I don't know
Yeah,
why I'm
I
doing this
think
to
I'm just
myself.
more focused on, like, just building my ship up and looking cool. As far as, like, everything else, it's kinda like a weird it's typical Ubisoft fashion, like, it's just, like, a bunch of
Yeah,
random stuff they throw at you, and it's like, "Can I just, like, if they could just consolidate a little bit and, like, make it a little tighter, I think it would've been better." But, again, I'm still in the
uh,
beginning. It might get better for me at least, but, I mean,
I
I'm
hope
not
so,
holding my breath because if I hold my
dude.
breath too long, I'll drown.
I want to ask you a
Um,
question, my friend. Is this
yes,
a
please.
live service game?
So yeah, it is a
Do you have
constantly
to be
online
online?
game. Yes, that's another thing.
That's
Which
oh
a
man,
lot
I
of
feel like
games.
that game's gonna shut down soon.
I mean, a lot of games do it. I mean, people are playing. People are out
Yeah.
there on the seven
Uh,
seas. They're going, "Hoity, hoity, hoity, hoity."
really? Are you
Uh,
singing sea shanties like
I
in
sing sea
Assassin's Creed
shanties, dude.
Black Flag?
They'll sing, and they sing
They'll
good.
sing. Oh
Um,
wow, okay.
but yeah, they
Yeah,
do.
I wanted to tell you
It's
this.
something about just sailing and just it's fun to me. I don't know. But anyway, sorry, good.
That's because you're a natural pirate.
I'm a
Some
pirate
call
by
you a butt
heart.
pirate.
I do. It's gotta.
I knew it was coming. You knew that joke. You knew that joke. You love that joke since you were 3 years old. Let me tell you something. My
Please.
friend, I wanted to say one last thing about The Witcher 3 because I totally forgot this, and I definitely want to say something.
Oh, your turn is over.
I've
No, just
I know,
kidding.
right?
I'm just kidding.
I should finish, but I wanted to say this because I thought it was just really interesting. Hopefully, you don't have this. But that game crashed so much on me.
Oh, really?
But yeah, but the thing is that it saves in 10-minute increments, and even if it like did crash, it would just take me back to where I was without any repercussions or anything like that. I wouldn't have to start the whole mission all over again. It would just take me where I needed to be, kind of thing. And it crashed a lot, bro. It was
Hmm,
really weird,
that's annoying.
and it was kind of annoying. But I'm like also like because it wasn't like a broken mess, like it was manageable.
Hmm.
But dude, I was so scared, bro, just because I didn't want a Guardians of the Galaxy sort of thing where it's like I can't
Yeah.
move forward. And there was this one particular moment at the end of the game where there was like this particular creature that was stuck behind a wooden wall,
Oh,
and
no.
he could hit me, but I couldn't hit him. And
That's.
oh, bro, I was just like, oh my gosh, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? Like I'm
Mhm.
stuck here. And so like I don't know what I did, but I pressed like I just like I was so frustrated I like basically button smash everything, and my character did some sort of like bomb or something. I don't know what it was, and like they killed it. And I
Oh,
was like,
nice.
"Oh, thank the maker, dude." I was
That is
like,
awesome.
and I
That is
was like at
great.
the tail end of the game, bro. And I was like, "No, I don't want to go back." Like I don't, but yeah, that's all I
Well, that's
wanted to
good.
say.
I'm glad that happened for you.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's this week's this playing. Hopefully, I'll have more updates on Skull and Bone, but most likely I'll be playing GTA 5 and Liza P a lot more. I actually also just booted up Balatro because I know a lot of people talking well about that game, good about that game. I haven't played it yet, so maybe next week I'll report more. But anyway, let's go ahead and jump into the main topic this week, which is VR gaming. What is your reality? No, I'm kidding. I'm sorry. I just had to throw that in there. But
Holy guacamole, dude! I thought the freaking Xbox Direct was the the main topic.
what?
No,
No,
I know.
no.
I'm just joking.
Ah,
I'm joking. I'm
we
joking.
talk, my friend.
I know. I'm
So yeah, we're
joking. I'm
talking
joking.
VR gaming here. Um, VR it was the next big thing for a while. I don't think it is anymore. To myself, I mean, I know they're still doing great things. Personally just bought myself a MetaQuest 3S because it was on sale for Black Friday. Came with a gift card, came with a game. Um, I know you have one as well, but I want to talk about before we get into all that. I want to talk about where our VR journey began because I know VR was already a thing, but PlayStation VR is really where we started getting into it. Well, for myself at least, I'll speak for myself there. I don't know if that's you agree. Would you agree with that?
Yes and no. I think I started to play more when I had the PlayStation VR, but I think my first introduction to it was like
Was
the
Naughty
Samsung
America?
phones. Yeah, it
Oh,
was not. I was not America. Oh gosh,
that was a booth we
no,
saw at
dude.
one of these VR places. But anyway, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, that was a booth you saw. I wasn't there for it.
You
I just heard
watched.
about it. This guy just was. He was there with the headset, just pitching a tent, walking around, going, no, no. So my first introduction to it was the phone things. You
Yeah.
know how you put the like it was like these
Oh
goggles.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Do
You
you
can
remember
go on
this? It was
YouTube, right?
yeah, it was like a thing. I think one there was like a music video. It was like it was Fort Minor or something. The guy that does one of the Linkin Park guys. It's like where did you go? I miss you so. One of those dudes.
That
The
that
rapping guy from
yeah,
Linkin
yeah,
Park.
I know you're
He
talking
has a
about, Mike
song.
Shino is it Mike Shinoda?
Yeah, and his
Yeah.
music video, you can like put on these things and you can like walk around the video. Do you remember this? And I think you
I
could use
remember
those
seeing you in that
goggles.
video, you're all just kidding.
That's like the Dave Chappelle. Do
Oh,
you
yeah.
remember when he gets a car commercial
Oh,
and
yeah.
it's like days go by and it's like,
Oh my gosh.
yeah, I think that was my first introduction to it. I believe, but it
Okay,
wasn't
so
like crazy. I think PlayStation. I think I played PlayStation VR at your house. Did I not?
yeah, we went to this PS Expo that had these VRs available. We went together,
Oh, that's
and
right.
that's where we kind of
Yeah,
first experienced it. And
yeah.
I think we played the game Eagle Flight, which we can talk about, which is basically you're a bird and you're just flying around. I thought that was the best game they had on VR, to be honest with you.
It
Like at
was a
the
lot of
time,
fun.
it
I
was
think
great.
it was a great moment because I remember Lex and I were sitting next to each other.
Yeah.
And then like we logged in, and this is like I'm like, damn, VR is here. Like
Mhm.
I was looking at myself, I'm like, oh, I'm a bird. And then I looked to my right, and
You saw
Lex
me?
looks at me, and he was the bird, bro.
I was a
And I was
bird
like,
too.
oh my
And
gosh.
then we
Like,
flew. We flew
yeah,
that
yeah.
day.
Because
Uh,
the one thing about VR, guys, and I think Lex will share the same sentiment, is that when you talk about VR and or you're seeing it on a video or something like that, it does not do it justice. Like, you definitely need to put it
no.
on
No,
and
of course.
experience it, because it's so different. Like, once you're in that, but
Yeah, but the good thing with the PlayStation, I don't know if you can do this on the MetaQuest. Please tell me if you can. But can you hook up the TV to see what I'm seeing on the MetaQuest? Like, because I know you can do that for PlayStation.
So on the MetaQuest, well, I have the MetaQuest 2, and on that one you do a smart TV cast. You know how like you kind of
Oh,
cast from your phone?
yes,
Well, you
yes, yes.
can cast from the VR to the phone, and I mean it'll go to the TV, kind of set it up
Gotcha.
that way. But that's the
Yeah.
way you do it.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
because I'll get into why. But anyway, yeah, but I know for PlayStation they used that you can see it on the TV, so people can see you playing these games, which made the gimmick a lot more fun. Um, but like it's funny because like when I feel like it's still kind of hard for people to get VR because remember when we first played, you're on this eagle and you're like moving your whole. I'm sorry, I just hit my mic really hard. Sorry about that. But like you're moving your head like all crazy, and then like the people be like, no, 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 you don't need to do any of that. Like, don't do that. Like, just you're gonna hurt yourself. We're like, what? And like these things are heavy, and they're on you.
Yeah, yeah, they're
You know what I'm
pretty.
saying? And, and,
Oh my
and
gosh.
I think
I
everyone I saw do it for the first time will do that exact thing. It's like, no, no, no,
uh,
no, no, you don't have to do that. You don't have to do that. Like,
God,
because it's
if you guys can, if one of you guys, I we need to clip that, because the way you just flew.
I was back in eagle flight for a second,
He was the eagle. He was the eagle.
but
But
yeah,
you're right. That's the thing,
but I,
is like, again, you need to experience it to figure it out. It's like
yeah,
any game, right? You kind of figure it out, but it does, like, once you figure it out, it kind of does feel sort of natural. Like, I've played Resident Evil 4, where like you're playing and you're like aiming and you're doing the thing, and it's just like it feels like that's how you should be doing it.
yeah, exactly, and like
So
yeah, and I think the premise for Eagle Flight was I think you had to like fight other birds or like it was like kind of a capture the flag thing. But like we played that, and there were some other games we played that were like little ones. Um, but that pretty much sold me. So I had purchased the VR. I know you didn't. I think you shared a story a few episodes ago how you got one really cheap. I think in the last episode you were talking about the
I
GameStop
think, yeah, I
edition.
did, yeah.
You were talking about how you got it really cheap. I paid full price because I was like, I'm sold on this. So the problem with this VRs, and if you're all familiar with VR gaming and the MetaQuest, for example, the MetaQuest is wireless. The VR, the first VR for PlayStation had so many wires. It
Dude, it
was
was
wild.
crazy.
And I
You're
don't know
jacked
how
in, bro.
yeah,
It's
it was
crazy.
crazy. I don't know how I didn't trip over it, but like at the time I'm like this is awesome. And yes, you came over, we played. I think I have a video of you somewhere we played. I bought the Batman game. I bought Eagle Flight and then I think I came with Rush of Blood, the Until Dawn game,
Oh,
where
that's
you're
right.
which was
Yeah,
like a
yeah.
super dumb game. You're just like kind of roller coaster. And these games, like they're nothing how they are now. They're pretty just cheap. Like, and most of them were really short experiences. Like the Batman game wasn't very long. I played the Batman game for like 15 minutes, and I remember I'm on the stop. So when I took it off, I can't. I'm kidding you not. I had like to lay down for a long time because I got so like disoriented. Like I was like, oh my gosh, my head. Because if you're on it for too long and you're not used to it, and obviously the first time I was like, yeah, yeah, let's do it, let's do it. I'm Batman. It didn't work out too well. And that Batman game wasn't even that great compared to the one now, but I'll get into that later. I don't know if there's anything you wanted to add to that, but
I did
um,
not know. I was
oh,
just
okay.
listening. I was very intrigued.
I saw your face. But
I was
okay.
doing that. Yeah, you're right.
I will say,
I mute my mic, but yeah, I was breathing pretty hard.
yeah, and
But
then also I think at that same expo we played Farpoint, which was the one where you had like a little gun, which I ended up buying as well. I didn't even play
God,
that
well, you buy
game.
you buy so
I
many things,
I
and
got
like
when I
you
get
didn't
into
even
the
use
accessories, I
them.
get in, you know what I mean? And I like to buy
Yeah,
these
but
things.
like you,
Where are they now?
where are they now, dude?
Sold to the man with a beard. But Farpoint was cool. It's like a little shooter game, and like I just never played it after that. I think I just like the thing is with the VR, it's hard because it's a party game. It's kind of hard to just hop on my own and play. You know what I'm saying? And I think you probably feel the same way. Uh, we can get into that more about
Yeah,
the.
I think, to be honest with you,
Mhm.
personally, the MetaQuest 2 is a great VR headset. I love it. I think it's far better than the PlayStation one. I mean, the PlayStation one I think looks a lot better, but the MetaQuest, from what I recall, but the MetaQuest 2, no wires and all that is just so much better. But I get a kick out of seeing people play it.
No, yeah,
Like
exactly. Me too.
I get more, which we'll get into, but I get more excited seeing someone play a game that I've played because how fun it looks when they're doing it.
Yeah, because
Like,
you laugh and you tell them like, ah,
yeah, very true. And I
you
get
say, ah, you're all, yeah, yeah.
yeah. Well, I don't know. You want me to yell too? I think that there was. Well, okay. Should we talk about that? Our experience with sharing our VR, is that cool?
I'm sorry. What do you mean sharing our VRs?
When I let my brother, I was going to talk about my brother's when he was playing. I'm just gonna do it. So I let my brother, my oldest brother, he's not a big VR person. I don't think he's played. I think I let him play the PlayStation one for a minute, and
Hmm.
he wasn't. It wasn't that great, right? Or his experience was. But I let him borrow the MetaQuest 2. I took it to the house, and he was playing Beat Saber, and he was playing Resident Evil, and like it was fun because I think I sent him the video, and he's a holy curse word, holy, and then like because it was so like you could see like he felt like he was in there. It was really fun to see that,
Yeah.
and I think that was a lot of fun, and I think that experience kind of like left with me, made me happy. I was like, I want to play this game more, but I think the bad thing is that because it's another console, like you have to buy games for it. You
Hmm.
have to put in money on those accessories, and like my freaking battery died while he was playing, so he could have
Mm.
continued to play. But I'm like, man, I forgot to put darn batteries on this thing. But like that is a fun experience, and I've also had a moment with well, I guess it's my cousin's daughter by marriage, and she was playing Super Hot, and she's like 12. So
Mhm.
no wait, I don't know. She was like 13 or something like that at the time, and I remember she was playing Super Hot, bro, and she was like on the floor, and dude, I don't know if you ever played Super Hot, but the way
No.
dude, it's a fun game, bro. And like you could see her like, oh my gosh, like she was really getting into it, and then we
Yep.
would tell her, hey, be careful, like because you're gonna hit this, you're gonna hit that, because it was like you can't really tell, you're like so immersed
Yeah,
at
because
some
you'll
point.
start, yeah, you start moving around for some reason, and you're like, you're gonna hit some stuff, like if you don't have a clear like thing. But like even then, like I want, sorry, like I would play. It was Resident Evil Village. I'm sorry, not Village. The one Biohazard that was
Seven, yeah,
available for VR, and I
seven,
remember
yeah,
playing it with people around, and like everyone was watching it. I'm like in there, and they're like, "Oh my god!" ah!" And like, but like it's funny because on the screen, it's like they're all, "Wait, is that person next to you?" I'm like, "Yes." They're like right in front of me. Like there's a part in that game where like this girl like attacks you, and it's like it was the scariest thing ever,
yeah.
bro. And it's like it was pretty wild. It was a wild experience, and I remember the game everyone used to get a kick out a lot was Job Simulator. Like, it was funny because it's like, people talk crap about having to go to their jobs and work, but when they go in VR and have to work in VR, they're like, "Yeah,
it's
this
like
is awesome."
it's like the Bart, like the Simpsons, right? When
Yeah.
they're
Or the
like
lawn
the
work.
mom tells them like, oh, you guys got to go do the yard work, and then like
They're
they're like
"Nah."
they end up not doing it, and then the dad goes like, wait, let's go to this expo, and so they
The
go to the
carnival,
expo,
yeah.
and then it's a carnival. I thought it was an expo,
It's the carnival, huh?
and then it's freaking the VR is like
He's like, "Yard
telling
work simulator."
Garden React. They're just they love it.
She's like, "We have yard work at home." But yeah, it was
Oh
like a
my
quick
gosh.
trial that it came out on that, and everyone loved that one. It was great. I wanna get it again for the
Yeah.
MetaQuest, um but yeah, good times with the PlayStation VR, and then they came out with the PSVR 2, which promised to improve on a lot of stuff, but honestly, I think it failed, and I think the reason is because like, everyone was just over the gimmick, and with MetaQuest out, it was just such a more it was just so much of a better, piece of, like, equipment, and I think, the
It was
PSVR just
cheaper
being
too,
limited, and
bro. I
also,
mean,
like, it's cheap too, and also the VR2 didn't even play the VR1 game, so it's like, really? It's like, why are you gonna wanna buy that to do, and you know what I mean? It was like, so it's sad. There was like I think the only game really they have for it is like Horizon, and like there's an Iron Man one, but I think that one comes out with MetaQuest as well. But yeah, there has really nothing going for it. I'm surprised that thing is still out there. I mean, I saw you sent me it recently during Christmas. You're like, "You want to buy this?" I'm like, because it was cheaper. But I'm like, I already bought the MetaQuest at that point. I was like, I don't really want to mess with it. And
yeah.
I think they ended up having only like one wire for it, if I'm not mistaken.
What do you mean? Oh, yeah, yeah, that's right.
Like for the VR2, like it
For
was
the
only
VR
it
two,
was less
yeah.
wires for sure, but it still had the
Now,
wire.
correct me if I'm wrong, my
You're
little
wrong.
friend here.
Mhm.
But did you or did you not? Did you not have that PSVR 2 pre-ordered at some point?
No, no, I never did. I
Okay.
was like I said, like, I was kind of over in the gimmick. I was like, "This is like," and I think by that point, I had seen the MetaQuest, like, from front, or I think is the Oculus and the MetaQuest the same? Am I sure? Was it a
Oh
name
yeah,
change?
I think well the Oculus be I think the Oculus became the MetaQuest, right?
Okay, yeah, they are the same. Okay, because
Yeah,
yeah, I
yeah.
remember it was Oculus, but now I think Meta is more of the push for the name because of the change. But yeah, I'd seen that more in action, and I'm like, "Okay, if I'm gonna do a VR thing, I'm getting that." Because I'm like, "Why would I want the PSVR? There's just so much more things I
Yeah.
can do with, like, the Oculus, MetaQuest, whatever you wanna call it."
Yeah.
Um, like, I had
Dude,
seen Beat Saber, I had seen everybody golf, I'd seen, like, a boxing game, you know what I mean? Like, and it looked a lot more fun, and it was wireless, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, "That's already a win right there, and more compact."
yeah, dude. I remember when I bought the or well, my wife got me the MetaQuest 2 during Christmas of one year, and it was when it was still the Oculus.
Mhm,
And they were barely gonna make it into the MetaQuest 2, and like slightly after, they're like, "What's a MetaQuest 2 now?" And it's gonna go $100 more. I don't remember. I remember I told you
mhm,
this,
mhm.
and I don't know why it went up in price. It was the same damn console. Like they didn't do anything like particular.
More
But I,
Questers.
yeah, more questions. But I guess, but the thing I do want to say, because we are talking about accessories, and I want to mention this briefly.
Mhm.
This isn't a plug. This isn't for you to do this because I'll make money off of telling you this. This is for comfort. You need those accessories, like
Yeah.
the extra battery, the weighted thing, that stupid thing. I got all that for free. Someone gave it to me for Christmas time or for my birthday.
Mhm.
But like that is the best way to enjoy that headset. If you just get it regular, like just the way it is and just made, for whatever reason, it isn't comfortable. It's not as good, which is stupid, right? Because you're already spending so much money. Why not give you the most comfort experience already, right?
Yeah, also, there's, like, a little add-in for, like, people with glasses, but, like, I don't even think that thing is, like, great to use. Like, if you have glasses, you're pretty much like, these things are not the most comfortable things to use, I don't think.
Yeah,
I mean,
you're
I don't
better
have
off just
glasses
wearing freaking
or
contacts or something,
contacts,
huh?
but, like, I think
At
there was
that
an
point.
accessory that came with it, but even, like, that accessory was not good. I mean, again, forgive me, I mean, if I'm, you know, stepping on my words here, but, like, if you wanna comment, let us know. If you wear glasses, you play the VR and it works well for you, please let us know because my brother has them glasses, my girlfriend has glasses, and I would love for them to experience the VR more. Um, but that's funny, I mean, because, yeah, I'm so tempted to buy those accessories, but, like, again, I didn't go full force this time. I even waited to get a case because I asked for it for Christmas, and usually for Christmas, I always get the things I want anyway. But, like, so I had to wait. But like I said, this MetaQuest came on sale. It was I think so. There was a three, but then they came out with the 3S, which was a little, like you said, I don't know what it does different. I don't know, whatever it does.
Isn't that the one that's more powerful, right?
I honestly, I don't know. There's an S with it. Super, three
I think
super.
it's stronger. I think it means strong. No, I'm just kidding. No, I
Three
think
strong,
it's a
three
little more
strong.
strong. I think it's a little stronger. It's more expensive though. It's like
Yeah, so it
whatever.
came with Batman Shadows, it came with 128 gigs, it came with 3 months of the whatever the MetaQuest thing is, and it gave me a gift card, like $80 gift card for Best Buy. So I'm like, "This is a steal, I'm buying it," and however much it was, I paid. Um, so I got it, and have not been playing it as much ever since. I bought Everybody's Golf, Batman Shadows, I will say. So I wanna talk about this a little bit, because like this is the reason I had the thought of this episode because the other day I was at my mom's house visiting and I saw my brother and he wanted to try it out. So I started him with the golf game and he's like, I want to try the Batman game. And then as I put on the Batman game, it was real like again, here's the problem with the whole TV thing. It was hard to guide him because he's like, what do I do? I'm like, well, I don't know what you're looking at. I don't know what you're doing. I'm gonna look this way. Is that there? Look that way. He's like, I don't know. I'm like, so I'm like, I don't know what to tell you. Like it's hard. Um, so he stopped playing it after that. I'm like, okay, I get it. And then I put it on, and I got to this point in the game where I haven't been. I only played the game a little bit. I haven't played it too much, but I got to a part where it teaches you how to fight. And dude, the fighting was so cool and so fun. I was like, God, God, I was like getting so into it. And like, and luckily no one walked by me because I would have swear I would have punched somebody like really hard. But like, dude, I was like punching and you can like, and it like has a counter so you can just punch to the side and you're like, God, and it like hits them. Dude, it was pretty awesome, and, like, at that point, I was like, "Oh my gosh, I wanna play this more," and now I wanna talk about this because it was a lot of fun. And the Batman game's great. That's definitely a game it's weird though. It takes a lot to get used to because it will make you feel dizzy. Way better than the first one though, that's for sure. Are you ever gonna get that Batman game, Ernie, for your MetaQuest?
I don't think I can. I think it's only on the MetaQuest 3. I
Oh,
don't think
really?
it's compatible with the
It's
2.
another thing
I
that's
think you
dumb.
need it to be a little stronger, which is fine.
Mm.
I mean, I'm not looking to play. I'm
No, it's
not
not
looking
fine.
to play that
Just kidding.
Batman game. It's not like like for me personally. Like I keep thinking about like when we talk VR, I don't think like let me play a full experience. Like I bought Resident Evil 4
Mhm,
because I love that game and I'll buy it anywhere.
mhm.
And it's fun. It's a great game, but I don't see myself finishing like a 20 plus hour game or like even like 10-hour game on that console. Like
Yeah,
every time
it's
I
tough.
play, it's like I'm there for like 30 minutes, an hour, maybe less, to just like finish like something like Beat Saber. It's
Yeah,
like a
it's more
jump in
for
and play. You know what I mean?
yeah, I would agree with that. I mean, in like the golf game, it's a fun little gimmick. Like I said, it's just kind of fun, just ever. But like, I can't play more. And like I said, Batman Shadow, it's really hard to get into, bro. I mean,
Yeah.
it is crazy, but it is awesome. I think it's great, and I hope to experience more because I mean I bought it, and my girlfriend's like, "You never play that thing." I'm like, and I'm all, "Well, you're never home when I play it," and that's a lie because I don't play when she's not home. But
One of these days she's gonna put a camera to see if you
I
actually
know, but
bring it.
I do gotta play it more, and there's, like, this little it's funny because you can get into, like, that MetaQuest world, and, like, you can see other people, and I think you were telling me that our friend of the cast, Kyle, wanted to do that as
Yeah.
well, right? Didn't you wanna meet up in the meta world?
He said that, yeah. So he said he wanted to play a game. He's like, "Oh, I have these games if you want to play them." And I'm like, "Oh yeah, dude. Lex just got one." I think like I was surprised when we talked about it because once he told me that, I had told someone, I told you that story, and you're like, "Well, let's do it." And you have a MetaQuest 3. I told someone else that story. They had a MetaQuest 3, and it was like this weird
They
like
all came out of the woodworks.
all the way, yeah, like it was like I'm all what, like where were you guys, like, but
That is awesome.
I haven't actually talked to him about it. Like we definitely have to set it up one of these days. It'll
I
be
think
fun.
it's just a
I
funny
just
thing.
it's
It's
just
more I think it's more gonna be like, "Oh, we're here and we're doing it," and that's
I
it.
think I honestly, personally, I would
We'll fight.
probably say let's meet up in person and do it somewhere where it's
Uh,
like we're together and it'd be fun.
that'd
But
be yeah,
also
we could watch
like
a movie together in it.
I know that'd be
That's
fun, dude. I watched Bedazzled on my MetaQuest too the other day, and I'll
that's
tell
awesome.
you what, dude, it was a wonderful experience. Like
I
the
wanna
YouTube
try
thing is
watching
like
a
right
movie.
here, and I made it go like, and then because you could also set it up with an accessibility. My friend Lex, you got to look this up though, where you
Mhm.
can lay down and watch it. And
Uh,
so I was watching it like that. I was watching it, and my wife's like, "What are you doing?" And I was just, and it's cool because the headset it plays the sound pretty good, but like a lot of people can't hear it, but you hear it really
you
well.
hear it well, yeah, exactly,
Yeah,
and
it's really cool.
I almost had it on for this episode. I was just gonna put it on and just be, like, chilling.
Ah,
What I do like about it too is that you can switch between, like, the world, the VR world, and then switch back to, like, where you can see in front of you, so you can walk if you need to. I'm assuming yours does that too. I mean
I don't even know. I haven't even tested that. I
okay,
never
anyway,
walk around.
there's I mean, yeah, you can switch it to where you can actually see in front of you, and then you can switch back to, like, the VR world. Um,
Hmm.
but yeah, it's good experiences, and it's funny, I just kinda thought about this when we were discussing this, and it was something that just came to mind that we did in downtown Disney once, where there was a VR experience for Star Wars. Do you remember this? I
Oh, that's right. You surprised me for my
I went
birthday.
for
That
you. It was like a
was
birthday
yeah,
thing,
yeah.
and I surprised you once, and ever since then, he wants me to surprise him every
I
birthday.
always
So,
want to surprise him. Now he
and
doesn't
he
surprise me
doesn't
at
always,
all.
but like, yeah, we went to it was in downtown Disney. They don't have it anymore. It was this Star Wars VR
They did
experience
take it
where
down, huh?
and you all put it on, and you're basically, I think you're stormtroopers, and who or you might have been rebels. I think you're oh no, you're stormtroopers. And I think it was funny because me and Ernie are a little shorter, and then we were with a friend who was really tall. But it was just funny to see because it matches your heights. But they basically give you basically give you this playground, and you actually running through rooms, and it's just like it was an insane experience. I thought, and it's funny because I didn't feel like sick after that. It was strange, but it was super fun. It's super quick, or was super quick, and I had a blast. I just thought of it now, and I'm like, man, I wish they still had that because they do have a Vader story on the VR now, but I mean, it's a little expensive. That's the thing; they're a little pricey, so it's like I kind of don't want to pay for these games because I'm like, I'm just gonna wait till they're on sale. I should have bought some games during Christmas, but I was expecting you to buy them for me. But anyway,
You met the
sorry,
quota. You met the quota. It was the
I met
quota
the
already was
quota,
met.
but yeah, man, it's good times, man. I mean, the VR is an interesting thing. I do want to touch real quick. I mean,
Touch it.
on this something that came out. The Apple VR came out. recently. What was it
Dude.
called exactly?
Oh
Vision
man, the
Pro?
Apple Vision Pro, dude, that thing looks so freaking cool.
It was
Like, dude,
awesome.
I'll tell you what, I would want one
Yeah.
because I love what you could do. Like, you could leave a screen in this room and then walk to the kitchen, put another screen there, and it's like all in the freaking virtual space.
Yeah.
It's really freaking neat.
What you might be able to do with it, I'm at it. No, I'm kidding. No, I know there's a lot more you can do, but what was like 5K for the thing?
No,
It
no,
was pretty
I don't
expensive.
think it was like 5K. That's too much.
I,
It'd be
I it had to be. I
Apple
would
would
say
be pretty
four then.
freaking stupid. Let me see.
No, it was expensive, bro. It was something like that. I don't think I remember it being less than 4K. And I'm not talking about the
No.
resolution. I'm talking about uh this freaking thing. $33,499, bro.
Holy guacamole. I was looking at it right now. Yeah,
That
you're
was
right.
the that
Holy
was a
cow.
256. The 1 terabyte was about four. Okay. Okay, not as much as I expected, but
You can still get
still
it, huh?
yeah. I mean, I think they discontinued making them because they didn't
Oh,
sell.
dude, yeah, you can't get it anymore.
Yeah, I think you can I mean, I see them on eBay. People are selling them for like $2,000. Uh they're probably
Dude,
not going
this
to get
is
any money.
crazy, bro. Because yeah, I do remember that they didn't make money, so they stopped selling them. This is crazy.
Yeah, because it was so hefty, and then I think it ended up being, like, it's, like, really heavy too, and it's funny because like, there was a point and this didn't happen with the MetaQuest, but there was a point you'd see videos of people wearing that in public, like, people were on the train just wearing them, like, doing work, which is wild to me
Yeah,
because
yeah,
I
yeah.
would never take it out in public, especially if you're in a VR space and you can't see someone from, like, the side, like, it's just, like, someone can hit you or
No,
whatever,
not
like
even then. Like, I feel like people like would steal that thing, right?
no, exactly. That's what I'm saying, and, like, it's if someone's trying to fight, just you can't see from the side, I don't
You,
know.
yeah, when the Vision Pro had come out, I went to LA and I was in this like little alleyway where you know how like you go to LA for tacos and it's
Yes.
like this alleyways where there's a lot of tacos. I saw this little boy. He had a MetaQuest 3 and he was doing that. He was
Oh,
walking around
really?
with the MetaQuest 3. I don't know what he was doing, but he was like,
And I thought the one AirPod in the kids' ears was a big deal, but, that's pretty wild. You know what I'm talking about? Like, when you go to, like, a family function
yeah.
or, like, you see people that there's always the kids that just had the one AirPod, and you're all, "What are you listening to? We're all talking, like, what are you listening to right now?" But
Yeah,
I will
no,
say I
no.
have forgotten my headphone inside too. I keep stumbling on words today, I apologize.
No
Um,
worries. Hey,
I get too excited
if
when I
you
talk to you, you get me
you
excited
can
like a little puppy
no,
dog.
no. You can stumble, but and if you fall, I'll catch you. What do you think
Thank
about
you.
that?
I
But
always go to I always go to the moon, you bring me right back down
you
to
bring
earth.
you right back, dude. Dude, I'll tell you what, dude. I
Tell me.
was a strong proponent of having my earphones on, and I do that mainly in places I don't want to have a conversation with anyone with.
Yeah.
Like I like to talk. I do. But there's times where I'm just like I want to be left alone.
You're all,
And so I don't even have anything on, right? Like
Yeah.
I think when I go to the gym, sometimes I don't listen to music. I just have the AirPods on or whatever, and then I'm just like doing what I'm doing, and I'm like, this is my way of telling you leave me alone.
Yeah, are you
So
the kinda
it could
are
be
you the
that. What?
kinda guy who you post videos of yourself and then you post it for everyone to see, but get mad when people are looking? I'm kidding.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about when people like walk past the video when you're working out? Is that what you talking about?
No, there's those people that, like, will post a video of them at the gym and then they'll post the video, with the intention of posting it for everyone to see, but then when someone looks at them in the video, they're like, "Oh, these people are looking at me while I'm working out." It's like, "But you're gonna post it anyway?" Anyway, that's another
I know
conversation
what
for
you're
another day.
talking about. People are
Why don't you just
really
work out in
stupid.
VR? You know what I'm saying? We'll go to the virtual gym.
Go to the virtual
To
gym.
the limit,
I
the limit. But yeah, I have yet to experience a VR in the wild. I will never do that. Um, Again, I really hope to get into these more. I mean, I'm glad that, the it does suck that the controllers are battery, but honestly, I kind of prefer the battery to the charging sometimes because it's just less of a space taking up, you know what I'm saying? Um, but I do hope to get more into it. I do want to experience like watching something in it, like a movie or something like that. Maybe walk in the sands. I'm gonna do some sand walking with Timothy Chalamet and Dune. You know what I'm saying? Um, I don't know. Maybe I'm gonna be a monkey and Better Man. Who knows? Who knows what these VRs are gonna do? And you look like you're about to say something. Please.
No, I was looking at. I had gotten a message. I was like, "What is this?" But I wanted to say this because what I was thinking that VR when so I think during COVID, I think VR would have taken off had had they gone really strong on that time at
But
that point,
it was
but they
there
didn't.
though.
No, but it wasn't as strong, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I think the big thing was that I thought was going to take off on VR was experiences. but not like any particular type of experience, but like a sort of like, oh, there is Enrique Iglesias right next to me, and it's a camera, and he's performing. I don't know why I said that name, but it's because I was thinking about that song.
I was
I
gonna say,
can be a hero.
oh, that's funny.
That song. So I was thinking about that song recently. But like you'd be at a concert and he's right there, or Coachella, whatever, and you're like there, and someone is like walking, and you like kind of feel like you're there. That's what I thought VR was going to be very strong in, and it never took off on that. Like it didn't go full force on that. It just ended up trying to be like this gimmick for, oh, you can meet up on Teams, you can create
Yeah.
an avatar and meet up with people. Like,
That was
oh,
more the Apple
grandma's
VR with the team stuff, right? I mean,
no,
that
no, no.
was.
MetaQuest did the same thing. You were
Oh,
able to do
really?
that. I know because friend of the cast, or friend of the channel, I should say, Jason from the Watch Closely YouTube channel.
Hmm.
He bought Oculus. He bought an
For
Oculus
teams.
Quest so he can do his meetings because his company was like, oh, let's do it, and everyone had a Quest. It
I just,
sounds dumb.
it's
Like
just
it,
like you
yeah,
might as well just go meet on the regular
exactly.
teams. Like, why do you have
But
to be
that's the
looking at
thing.
the avatar of somebody?
Yeah, but like, so that's the thing though. I guess it was different because because his company is based somewhere far, and
I
where
see.
he
Yeah.
is here. So I think that's why it was like more like, hey, and then he would look or whatever. I don't
But
recall.
you're
I
not
never really
seeing the
asked him,
person.
but
You're seeing, right? I mean, well, I maybe the team's the faces on it, but the avatar body's there, right?
yeah, but it's like maybe it's more personal, right? Like the thing,
Maybe.
the thing that's lost, and I will say, I guess this is a different rant, but it's like personality or personal, like just like the personality of meeting someone is so
Yeah.
different now. Like we're
Not
not
as
used to just,
personable anymore, right?
there you go, personable is what I
Yeah.
wanted to say. Thank you so much. Like I get it, you work from home, that's awesome. I love that. I would do that. I don't want to go anywhere. But it's like there's something about going up to someone and being like, "How are you doing today?" and then like actually having them in front of you is so different.
Yeah, it's like the VR iPads in Community, with the criminals.
Oh
It's
yeah, with the
like,
criminals, yeah, exactly. He's a
no,
winger. He's like, did you try to push me down? Good.
do you remember the Key and Peele episode where the guy has the VR and he's all sad that his girlfriend broke up with him, and he goes into the other room. He's all, "Excuse me a second." And they're all, "Oh, you still have the controllers?" And he shows them crying. And at one
Oh
point,
yeah,
he's like he's jerking it to the fixture. They're like, "What is he doing in there? Oh
yeah.
no!" But yeah, man. I mean, that's
Oh
our VR.
god.
I mean, honestly, does anyone care about the VR as much anymore? I don't think so. To me, I think the next step is the AI stuff. That's going to be more focused. It's always the two letters words, right? We got VR, AI. What's next, dude? GI
DDR. It's
Joe.
gonna be.
I was kidding.
It's gonna
I'm sorry.
be.
What?
It's gonna probably be 3 words next, or 3 letters next. DDR. Dance
Ah,
Dance
Dance
Revolution.
Dance Revolution's coming back.
Yeah, I was
Yeah. I mean,
playing that the
it's
other day, bro. It was fun.
Dance Dance Revolution
Yeah, I went to
on
an
what?
arcade. An arcade. I went with the family,
All right,
and
do you have a fan that you bring?
say that again.
You have a fan that you bring? I've seen
I,
I've seen people
I,
set up the
I,
little fans that
bro,
hook up to the bar.
dude, I've gone once. There was once I went to an arcade. I won't say exactly where, but I went. They had little chairs. They had a bag full of money. They had fans and they had towels. And they would sit and be all sweaty until they're waiting their next turn, bro. And they would wear these clothes that kind of resembled those guys that were under the bridge. Do you know what I'm talking about? That are
Yes,
doing
yes,
the
yes, 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 I know what you're talking about. It's a fantastic workout, I will say.
yeah, I know, dude.
I
It's
never
a
was
great
good
one.
at it, but I applaud the people that are. I've seen some
Yeah, bro.
crazy
And
people on those things, and that's good. And they're there all day, bro. They don't mess around. They're
yeah, but I was
hey.
playing, bro. And it's fun. It's a good time. I definitely would love to play it like at home,
Mhm.
but then also like I could just play Just Dance. We'll see. I don't know.
Just yeah, I don't know if I had the much fun as well. I mean, I never really got into the DDRs, but our I mean, the Just Dance were fun when we were forced to get the Connect with the Xboxes. But it was a fun game. But anyway, that's our chat on VR. Is there anything else you wanted to say before we signed off?
No, as always, I would like to thank you guys for tuning in every week when we drop an episode. We appreciate it, and we appreciate you.
We might see you in the
Thank you.
virtual space next time. No, I'm kidding.
Thank you. Next time we're all gonna wear headsets. We're gonna be
Honestly,
next to
next
each
time
other
I
talking.
want to wear the headset so we can podcast next to each other, so I can turn around like, "Hey, Ernie," so
Like this, or actually on this side.
with the teams, I'm like, "Hey, where you
Uh,
going?" You're all,
no, but thank you, Lex, for hosting this great segments that you've cultivated here. We appreciate you doing all the notes. It
Of
was a lot
course.
of fun. Thank you for putting it in. I'm excited to see what you guys have to say about maybe the Xbox Direct. If there was something we missed, there was an RPG game that I know you're not a big fan of that I saw that I thought was pretty cool in the Xbox Direct.
What game was that?
But yeah,
Oh, okay. I was gonna say what game was that, but no worries, no worries. Um, all right. Well, thank you so much for listening again. Like Ernie said, thank you, Ernie, for joining me, also my little co-host here. Be sure to subscribe, share, whatever you need to do. Just leave us some comments. Also, talking about the developer direct, talking about your thoughts on Watto VR. If you think wearing glasses with the VR is tough, anything of these games we talked about, our game you recommend for us to try in VR that might get us back. I mean, it's kind of hard because we do like it, but it's a tough sell. But anyway, tune in next week with us. Checkpoint reach. Goodbye.
goodbye.